second story I'm going to tell today is on the subject of performance evaluation. Now, for all intents and purposes, the idea is that performance evaluations are objective, they are merit-based, they are based on agreements you had with your organization at the beginning of the year called key performance indicators, goals and SMART goals that you've set. But in reality, there are certain nuances around the eventual outcomes of performance evaluations. Sometimes you have nuances like your manager has a team of 4. You are a high performer, but they want to keep the balance of the team, so they can't keep promoting you every year. Now, for you, that is an injustice because you deserve the promotion. But for them, that is a show of wisdom because they are trying to keep a certain level of stability within the team. So even though you scored very high in your performance evaluations, KBI, etc., it gets to a point where leaders have to discuss you. They are not, some of them don't know you, but they have to discuss you in meetings. In my experience, that used to be called a normalization, where after all the objective or quantitative scores, there has to be some qualitative conversations around who deserves the score they got or who didn't deserve the score they got, who deserves a bonus, who deserves a promotion, and so forth. In a certain case that I happened to eventually hear of, I wasn't there and my boss wasn't there. I am not even sure my boss's boss was there because we were in operation. So we were always busy fighting fires. So our bosses would hardly be in such meetings to defend us, so to speak. So the story I had coming out of one of those normalization meetings was that a man, whom we will call Clifford, spoke on my behalf because someone else had asked a question. Who is this Kenneth? What is he even doing for us? And the response that Clifford gave was, if it is not because of Kenneth, Postilion would not have been where it is today. And if you have ever worked with me in organizations, you probably know these terms I'm using. But essentially, I was very instrumental to improving the performance of the ATM driver platform called Postilion, which ran on SQL Server 2008 and then eventually 2012, which we did the upgrades of. So my effort, my impact was visible to him because that area somehow trickled up to him. Even though I had not gone to bootlick him, he is from my tribe, but I've not gone to say hello every morning. I was not trying to be his friend. Now I will talk about friendships, higher up friendships in this course. So I will show you the balance of it as well, but just keep that to one side. But in essence, he basically spoke to the value I had delivered in the place where I was not present to defend myself to people who did not know me. Because I wasn't the kind of person that went about trying to know all the people that were influential in determining the outcome of my career. And KPIs, evaluations, performance metrics are vital to your growth. They determine your bonus, they determine your promotions, they determine how you are seen in the organization, what opportunities you are given. They are very important. And yet, people are making decisions on these things in your absence, sometimes in the absence of your bosses. Now, how it worked out for me was that I had focused on showing value. So someone in the organization who was interested in seeing value spoke for me, even though I did not ask them to speak for me. So in essence, this is another pointer to the fact that certain people are making decisions on your behalf regarding your progress. But certain people can be armed with the weaponry, with the arsenal they need to speak for you if you have been able to create a brand for yourself that speaks, and this brand is partly your performance, your real performance, is partly your competence, is partly your attitude to work, it's partly even your respect for those who can speak for you. For them to speak for you, they have to like you. No like trust works in the workplace too. And we're going to talk about that in a lot of detail. So I just wanted to grasp this one as well.